Every single one of us is capable of making the world a better place to live. Sounds pretty good, right? Let me tell you how. As Mary Oliver challenges us, how will you choose to use your one wild and precious life? I have chosen to dedicate 2 hours each week to Seva, selfless service. And the impact thus far inspires me to never stop. I reflect on our labor of love at Magicians Without Borders. Our mission is to entertain, to educate, and to empower disadvantaged youth. You see, if I give a homeless person food, she'll be able to eat today. But if I teach her a unique and valuable skill that she can use for the rest of her life, she'll be able to have food for the rest of her life. How do we teach those we work with to have food for life? Well, we teach magic to groups of students right here in Bogotá, in El Salvador, in Costa Rica, and in India. And while teaching them a unique skill is an important component to having food for life, we also believe that it must go beyond that. Thus, we are mentoring our students to leverage their skills in magic in order to put an end to the poverty cycle and literally put holes in the status quo. Let me tell you how it began. I received a Fulbright Scholarship to right here in Bogotá in July 2012. And prior to my arrival, I partnered with Magicians Without Borders. And we worked together to develop a program teaching magic to at-risk youth in Ciudad, Bolivar. And since then, the rest is history. What happened was, we went to Ciudad Bolivar, and I will never forget the first time I met our magic students. As I sat across from them, I was overcome by the polarity of my privilege. You see, it paralyzed me. And I thought to myself, who do I think I am waltzing on my chariot thinking I'm actually going to make a difference for my students? I felt foolish. But then I realized in that moment that if I can make a difference in just one of our students' lives, then that feeling of foolishness will be completely worth it. And since then, I used that moment and I decided to use our differences as a source of inspiration, to leverage our differences and empower our students to discover our limitless potential. And today, as I look out and I see our students here with us, I'm overcome with gratitude. We love our students. They are literally a living example of my dreams. And I'm so proud of the accomplishments they've made. A few weeks after my arrival here in Bogotá, I met Carlos Lopez, who is also a magician. He recently had given up a full-time tech job in order to dedicate his life to Seva as well, selfless service. And he chose to make the same commitment that we made, giving 2 hours a week to our program. And because of his hard work, he's done that for the last 5 years. And thanks to him, we are where we are today. Our students have given multiple TEDx talks, much like the ones you're at today. Additionally, they performed at international levels multiple times. I want to share one of our students' stories with you. See, Diego recently moved, and he still travels one way 2 hours every single week to go to magic class. He's making multiple bus transfers, going across dangerous hillside roads, but he does it every single week. He shares the same level of commitment as Carlos and myself. Why does Diego do this? Well, because for him, it's worth it. Magic has taken him far beyond the confines of his neighborhood. For example, a little while ago, Diego had the opportunity to go to Chile in order to present his magic and share his story. In fact, not only was he invited to go there, but he was hired to go there. And while there, Diego was treated like a guest of honor. He inspired his audience with his magic and awed them with his stories. In September 2016, we had the opportunity to take our students to New York City. to perform in an international conference as well as at an off-Broadway theater. And prior to the trip, we had so much to organize. We had to arrange for passports, we had to organize for visas, we had to fundraise for flights, for hotels, for food expenses. We knew it would be a big undertaking, but we also knew it would be completely worth it. In addition to all of this, all of our students at that time were under 18 years old. So therefore, in order to leave Colombia, they had to have written permission from both of their parents. And while this posed no major challenge for most of our students, for Tamara, this was impossible. You see, Tamara's mother passed away about 11 years ago, yet her mother is still her legal guardian on paper. And Tamara does not know who or where her father is. So to get that permission would be a little bit difficult for her. So we worked with the ICBF, the Institute of Families of Colombia, and they said that they can conduct a nationwide search with the hope of finding her father. But that would have meant putting her face on the side of a milk carton or something of a similar nature. Logically, Tamara chose to forego the public humility, which meant missing out on the trip, or so we thought. About a month prior to the trip, the ICBF told us that there was an opportunity we could pursue that would grant a waiver for her. And basically, the waiver was for someone who was leaving the country to represent Colombia in an artistic endeavor. However, in order to get the waiver, it would have to go 3 different agencies, each of which took about 2 weeks to process. This was 4 weeks before the trip. You do the math. Nonetheless, we gave it a go, and on the day of the trip, Tamara's paperwork was in the hands of the last agency. We were told that they would pass it off to the immigration officers at the airport. So as the students got to the airport, they were waiting in line at immigration. Tamara still had no idea of whether or not she was going to get on that plane. But eventually, as they stood there, one of the officers called her name, gave her her papers, and Tamara made it on that plane. She went to New York, along with the rest of our students. And Tamara had an amazing experience in New York. So did the rest of the students. In fact, their experience was so profound that we asked them about it. We asked them how it influenced their perceptions from before the trip to after the trip. We asked them first about how it influenced their self-esteem. The blue bars are from before the trip, and the red bars are from after the trip. And on average, our students reported a 29% improvement in their overall self-esteem and self-image. Additionally, we asked them about how the trip influenced their perception on the importance of having a formal education. And again, the blue bars are from before and the red bars from after. And on average, our students reported a 27% improvement in the recognized value of having a formal education. So, in conclusion, doing something as big as going to New York City from Ciudad, Bolivar to perform magic can help at-risk youth significantly improve their self-esteem as well as increase their recognized value of having a formal education. On the topic of recognizing value, in Ciudad, Bolivar, it is very difficult for our students to experience and express gratitude. And that's because the daily life in Ciudad, Bolivar is focused on survival. However, in New York, this posed to be a little bit different. And one day, while in New York, one of our students, Diego, goes up to Carlos, and he gave him this pen. It has a boxer on it. He said, "Carlos, you're a winner. Carlos, you're a fighter, and you never give up on us." Diego's mom often leaves home for extended periods of time. He changes schools and moves frequently, yet we are here to stay. And Diego's gift shows that he understands that. Diego demonstrated gratitude. We define gratitude as a recognition of what is meaningful or valuable to oneself. It's a general state of thankfulness and or appreciation. There are numerous academic studies on the boundless benefits of gratitude. For example, in 2003, Emmons and McCullough published a series of studies in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology. And their studies demonstrated that those who experience and express gratitude on a more regular basis have increased overall life satisfaction. Additionally, they have decreased feelings of negative affect, also known as depression. Additionally, they also discovered that those who express and experience gratitude more frequently have a decreased occurrence of headaches. That's right. Gratitude can literally decrease life's headaches. I'm going to be a physician in less than a year. This is powerful data. And it didn't take ancient spiritual master and poet Rumi gobs of research to understand the importance of gratitude. He said, "Wear gratitude like a cloak, and it will feed every corner of your life." You see, we begin to recognize all that we have to be grateful for, and there's a lot, even when life is difficult. Life becomes more vibrant. On the topics of academia and education, many organizations do something to a similar effect of what we do. They have educational programs working with disadvantaged communities. And they do great work. They may teach music, they may teach arts, they may teach sports, you name it, they do great work. We, however, want to take it a step further. How do we teach our students to leverage the skills that they work hard to learn? Again, how do we teach our students to have food for life? Well, we sponsored a 3-month intensive business entrepreneurship program. And our students learned important skills such as managing a bank account and balancing a checkbook. Additionally, they participated in a cumulative project where they built a business model from scratch. And their business was magic. And they called it Por Arte de Magia, for the art of magic. And they worked together to design a business logo. They also built a website. They printed business cards. And now, our students are booking magic shows completely independently. One of our students, or better yet, I should say magicians, Jefferson, he said, "When I perform magic, I make money doing something I like, whereas most other people make money doing something they don't like." You see, in Colombia, it's not uncommon for children to be expected to work well before the age of 16 years old in order to contribute to the family income. Our goal is to put an end to the persistence of the poverty cycle with our magic students. You see, our students make far more money from a 4-hour restaurant gig or a 30-minute magic show than they make working in the store for 30 minutes. Not only that, but they have way more fun doing so. Now, I'm no business analyst, but this is simple economics. Our students make more money in less time, and they have more fun doing magic. Additionally, with their added free time, they're able to pursue other ventures. For example, one of our students, Tamara, just started her first semester in university, private university. We're sponsoring her to go there. She is the first person in her family to undergo higher education. And because of her commitment to her academics, Tamara is literally accomplishing the impossible. And see, this 500 pesos, while it's good, it actually sells Tamara and the rest of our students short. But the beauty of their magic is that they're learning how to make more money. Silver dollar is much more fitting. We're also teaching our students to protect the money they earn and to be careful with it, because if they don't use their heads, it'll vanish as quickly as they earn it. But fortunately for them, with their newfound entrepreneurial skills, they're learning how to make more. So let's recap a little bit. Because of my hard work in my academics, I received a Fulbright Scholarship. The Fulbright Scholarship inspired me to start this magic program. This magic program began with 2 hours each week. And now our students are literally accomplishing the impossible. This is just the beginning. Picture this for a moment. The average person in the Western world spends 116 minutes, that's nearly 2 hours, every single day on social media. If you tally that over the course of a week, that's 15 hours and 12 minutes. So now I challenge each and every one of you, cut out 1 day a week of social media use and reallocate that time and put it towards something that will contribute to the greater good of the world. Now just take a moment and imagine what our world would be like if every single one of us committed to doing that right now. That's what we're doing. And we're changing the world with our work. See, our students also recognize the importance of paying it forward. They donate shows to hospitals and other nonprofits. And through that, they're inspiring others, creating a ripple effect. You can create this too. Remember, we all belong to one another. So, our students are making money doing magic, and they're making good money. Not only this, but I know that they'll never go hungry because not only do they have a unique and valuable skill, but they're learning how to leverage it as young entrepreneurs. This is changing the direction of their lives. It's improving their self-esteem, and it's changing the way they think. Nothing is impossible. It all begins with 2 hours each week. And with that, I want to introduce to you one of our magicians. Diego, come on up.
Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Cómo están? Listo. Como acabaron de decir, mi nombre es Diego y pues hoy nos trajeron para alegrarles un rato con un poco de magia, ¿sí? Listo. Como se puede observar, tengo una bolita. Listo. Esta bolita yo la voy a echar aquí en mi mano. Pero si yo a la cuenta de 3 chasqueo, 1, 2, 3, de esa bolita salen 2. ¿Sí? Bueno, como se puede observar, tengo 2 bolitas. ¿Sí? Estas 2 bolitas me las voy a echar aquí en mi mano. Chasqueo y ya no tengo 2, sino 3 bolitas. Bueno, con esto ya se puede empezar nuestro juego de magia. Una va al bolsillo. Esta la voy a poner aquí en mi mano y esta la pongo en el bolsillo. ¿Cuántas peloticas debería haber en mi mano? La gente siempre ve muchas cosas diferentes. Tienen que prestar más atención porque hay 1, 2 y 3 peloticas. ¿Vale? Una al bolsillo. Esta otra la voy a poner aquí en mi mano y esta la voy a poner en el bolsillo. ¿Cuántas peloticas deberían haber en mi mano? Muchas veces las personas vivimos experiencias mágicas como yo. A mí me encantó el arte y la magia y por eso me gusta ver el rostro de ustedes. Muchas gracias. Ahora con ustedes, Tamara.
Amazing, no? So how will you choose to use your one wild and precious life? Will you choose to use it browsing social media? Or will you choose to spend it making our world a better place to live? The choice is yours, my friends. Thank you.